Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on the blogger site. There's an archive post thingy there. And of course everything is also on Patreon for extra support if you're willing to do so. And any kind of updates I usually go about on Twitter. Mainly when I start, again, when I launch everything, and usually I use it a lot more for, lately for the stream stuff there. Yesterday I managed to stream around 3 hours or so. Yeah, a little bit frustrating. Spent a lot of rune arcs, died a lot, but I managed to get through what I wanted to do at least. I'm very persistent. When I put myself there on that mindset, I have to go through any kind of means. And yeah, yesterday I did the road to Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. Today no gaming series, and tomorrow I'll be uploading. Tomorrow I have a busy day. I'm not sure how it's going to be regarding even the daily news stuff. I will try to see if I can manage, but if tomorrow I don't launch anything, it's because I'm predicting a very busy day tomorrow, so I probably will not be able to do anything. But yeah, we will have to wait and see. And if I can't, I will put Jedi Survivor for Monday. And then afterwards I'll put the Friday. Friday I will put the Mutiny Zero to Eden. Or I can just delay for everything one day. I delay everything one day. I don't know. Well, tomorrow I'll have to wait and see. The VODs, I probably can upload one today from the stream. Not from yesterday, but the day before or the last time. So it will be episode 22. Yeah. Basically from the channel, I think that's basically the updates that I have to bring. So if you tomorrow you don't see anything, it's because I'm counting having a pretty busy day. Similarly, regarding industry news, Samsung has confirmed again that they have now official page there for the GDDR7, the 28 and 32 gigabytes per second speeds there. Again, I think they're going to maintain the modules that have the 2 gigabyte stuff there, so it's going to be kind of how in terms of capacities, the same kind of chips, even though supposedly they can have these ones, the 3 gigabyte or 20 GB series there. Still, it's a little bit unclear. I'm hopeful that they start using the higher capacity ones. Because if you want to achieve similar kind of capacities, you can use less chips, and the fact that the chips are already more speedy, they have more bandwidth and as such, I think it would suit better. At least that's my thoughts there. But yeah, and again, maybe we can start seeing in future GPUs like having higher capacities, at least of VRAM. Which is pretty good, especially for high resolution textures, and in some cases when you start, in case of NVIDIA, when you put ray tracing workloads, and also on AMD, but when you put ray tracing workloads and other stuff that might impact a little bit the memory capacity at least. Even though we are starting to see like the direct X stuff there, especially with the I think DR or something like that, which they are going to start to implement some workloads that were specific to CPUs on GPUs. I think a little bit more memory there might be good, I suppose, because of the workload itself. If it's going to be done by the GPU, so it doesn't wait on the CPU in terms of instructions, I think it's the more VRAM you have, the better, at least. And of course, if you have more memory bandwidth, the better, so that GPU can do all that workload properly. But yeah, it's official now. We've got official pages there. SK Enix also is doing supposedly a little bit better in terms of the GDDR7 modules there. But yeah, throughout this year we will see more updates regarding this new or updated memory modules here. In terms of TSMC, is dominated in terms of orders for Apple, Intel, and AMD, specifically the 3nm manufacturing process. Again, TSMC, Taiwanese company, for all intents and purposes, part of it's part of China as a whole. So the how they call it, I completely forgot the resolution that they passed there, or something that is completely agreed upon, which is Taiwan is part of China. China One policy or One China policy, something like that. But even though we got this kind of war games in terms of economic stuff and embargoes and all that shit, specifically pretending US banning chips on China, and now of course with these years, especially later this month, with the ramping up of trying to ban everything that that is high-end chips in China from the United States companies. Now China is responding back, which is okay. If you're not going to will us to do this thing, we're just going to ban any kind of. I think it's Nvidia, Intel, and AMD chips, high-end chips on everything that is government-wise, and we're going to adopt national companies for our chips, at least at a government base there. Yeah, that's the response. So given that usually government has a huge influence there, especially in terms of adopting certain things, we'll see a decrease in terms of market share there, especially from Intel. It's got around like 1/4 of their market is on China. So yeah, you got this, and if things escalate a little bit further in terms of the economic warfare there, I think basically China to a certain degree can make some pressure to stop TSMC to, even though economic wise it can be like a shooting yourself in the foot in a certain sense. You just can't stop telling them to stop doing these things for Apple, Intel, AMD, and they start putting their foundries in work for, I don't know, for their own companies there. I don't know how this could go, but yep, as you can see, Apple, Intel, and AMD just big clients here for TSMC, which all intents and purposes is good. But yeah, Apple. Let's see if Apple with these M4 chips, which are using this manufacturing process, will have their design flaw regarding. I don't think so. I'm not sure if they are willing to correct those design flaws of the vulnerabilities that we covered yesterday. Hopefully they are, because it's not good when you have an entire ecosystem based on a chip that is completely vulnerable to certain security keys, vulnerable to security keys access. It's not good. We'll have to wait and see. And also Apple's have been some under pressure regarding like US regulations, or I'm not sure where. I don't follow up that much Apple stuff because this is not very related to gaming. But yeah, it's not. It's when you. It's again when you start making yourself as exclusionary to other ecosystems and try to build a monopoly of the market itself. It comes to a point that it's unsustainable for other companies and even governmental wise. There are some regulations that need to be imposed, or else you lose the perception of free market there. But yeah, that's another completely different story there. Again, Intel for the 3nm stuff, they are going to implement this in Lunar Lake and Arrow Lake. Again, I suppose it's 15 and 16 gen CPUs. Again, the naming schemes and how they're going about it's way complicated for me. I never understand very well how they go about this. And also the iGPU tile, it's something that is trying to do a little bit similar to what AMD does with the chiplet stuff. They call it the tiles, but it's basically the same stuff. The concept is the same. They don't like to call it the same way as AMD, even though AMD has been doing this since Zen 3. I'm not sure. At least they started with Zen 4, with this 7000 series, the CPU stuff there. And yeah, I think Zen 5, which is the upcoming CPU stuff there, I think they will also use some 3nm technology there, because again, they are chiplets. I think some of the parts of the chip itself can be manufactured in 3 nanometers, and then they can use, for example, usually the memory stuff there, or the cache stuff can be done in other manufacturing process. They just put basically, I think it's infinity fabric they call it, the technology there to connect everything, so it doesn't have to be like a monolithic chip to deal with the things there. But yeah, interesting to see. Let's see how this will develop throughout the year. Also, it's going to be a very interesting year regarding this kind of market. But yeah, regarding industry, this is what I got. Regarding gaming, got a little bit more teasers here from Final Fantasy 16 PC. Supposedly at this stage of optimization, it's running at 100 FPS plus on high-end hardware, so I will assume 7800 X3Ds and 4090 combo there around that. Should be able to run 100 FPS again, but they don't even mention if it is 4K or 1440p or with upscaling technology. Again, I will assume the way the PS5 performance has to go about, especially to hit around 60 frames per second on performance mode. They have to be rendered at 720. Yeah, as you can see, oh, it doesn't even reach 60. Okay, yeah, dropping 720p in performance mode, the game doesn't even reach 60 frames when exploring large areas. Again, because I suppose large areas are more sensitive to memory bandwidth, memory capacity, especially on like texture stuff and detail level. I assume higher GPUs with bigger VRAM can handle better those things. But yeah, I will assume this is with some upscaling technology in place here. But yeah, this is at this stage in moment. Again, we don't have any kind of detailed launch date for the PC, but they reinforced that when it does, before that they will have a demo that will be released, so people can try out and see at least if their PC can handle this game, which is always a good thing to have at least a demo, so you can try out to see if it's something that you might like, and if even your PC can handle pretty well the game itself. But yeah, should be a good PC version. Usually, I think the last Final Fantasy had a good PC port, and it was the not deluxe edition, complete edition. I think even the Final Fantasy 7 remake, the PC port itself seems pretty good in terms of performance and optimizations there and options. So that's that. Yeah, basically that is it. And lastly, we got Horizon Forbidden West. It came out last week, and we already got some mods here to remove yellow tint, which is very interesting. Yeah, it's got this yellowish thing, similar like Fallout 3 had like the green tint all over the place. These mods, which are basically reshaders, they basically put a more natural feel, especially on the skyline there. As you can see, it's a little bit less yellowish. Here on the clouds, yeah, they are more whiter, and again, the overall tint image there is basically off. Again, there are several of them. This is basically just a filter to a certain extent, so it doesn't usually have performance hits there. But yeah, I will leave the link in the article so you can check for yourself if you have this game installed or not. And lastly, we're going for some gaming deals. We got Days Gone, 75% off. Again, these deals on Steam, they're around 1 day or so at the date of publishing this video. So you got Days Gone, God of War 50% off. You got The Last of Us Part 1, 33% off. You got Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, 33% off. You got also Returnal. Seems to be in better position here in terms of performance there. It's 33% off, and we got again Atomic Heart around 55% off in all the editions there. On GOG, we got Wolfenstein. This is the new Colossus. Where is the thingy there? Here, I completely messed this up. Okay, Wolfenstein the 2-pack, so Old Blood and Wolfenstein 1, the New Order. And this is Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. This one is 75% off both games, which is a good deal here. And the new Colossus, I think this one, yeah, Digital Deluxe has the DLC stuff there. We got BattleTech. This is the Mercenary Edition. You have the base game also, but this one has all the post-launch content here. We got Cult of the Lamb, Sins of the Flesh. I think this is part of the DLC. This is the standard edition, but you got the Cultist edition also. If you want to try that out. Got also Dredge, 30% off. Got Miasma Chronicles. I'm very interested in playing this one at a later date. I don't know when, but yeah, it's from the same guys that did Mutineer Zero, and I think it is improves a little bit on the things that they were trying to do on Mutineer Zero. And lastly, you got Void Busters. Again, this has a stamp of approval. Yeah, I did a gameplay series on this one, and it's quite enjoyable here. It's kind of a roguelike thing there. You can do multiple runs and try to go about different ways. But yeah, the story is, I assume, is all the same. And you got some DLC also associated with that I didn't do. But yeah, it got a stamp of approval, especially at this price point, 70% off. And yeah, this is what I got for you today. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap up here with a plug on my Patreon for extra support. The extra support at this moment in time is more in line for me to get around and get storage, extra storage space for me to be able to get backups of the stuff that I do for my clients, and of course, extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.